Hi, folks. How you doing? WrestleTrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness, putting the healing back in health. This one's going to be about healing your relationships, your marriage, right? A lot of people say they fall into a loveless marriage or they fall out of love with their partner. You know, that's why divorce is so high. First of all, we need to just recognize that this is a commitment, right? And if you're a Christian, it's before God. And like anything else in life, you're going to have ups and downs, but you're not supposed to give up. But for these people that say they're in a loveless marriage, there's no romance, there's no sex in their marriage, which is the beauty of two people coming together, right? You can make another child. Why does this happen? Why does it happen so often? It's confusing, or at least we think it is. We don't understand why. So I know when I was younger, I was dating a girl, and she said that her and her best friend, they hung around each other so much that their cycles, their menstrual cycles, linked together, right? So they were off, but then all of a sudden they were on the same loop. You know, they were kind of going like this, and then next thing you know, they linked up and they were on the same path, right? The whole world is full of rhythms and cycles. We've got the seasons, right? The sun comes up, it goes down. Whatever other case that, like I said, a menstrual cycle for a woman. Whatever the case may be, life, death, all these different cycles and rhythms of life. Even in our music, they say you have rhythm, right? So unfortunately, I think this is where married couples fall out of rhythm. And I think one of it could be this new concept of, women empowerment. And let's see if I can say this without offending anybody. I think it's this, even in hip hop music today. A while back, Drake had a song that was, I think it was something about, women rule the world, vagina rules the world, whatever. Women think they have power. Women use sex as power. Tell your man if they don't do something for you, you will not have sex with them. And I think that's a downfall, right? Then the cycle's off because a man's pursuing, woman's not, women's pulling away. Man's pursuing, woman's pulling away until she gets what her wants. Until she gets what she wants. So unfortunately, the man, in a day and age now where there is no self-control, we are all guilty of it. Then a man turns to masturbation, pornography, possibly another woman. And then once that cycle's off, you're not going to be able to get back on track, right? We're not able to get back on track. Now we're here instead of being here, right? We're not cycling with each other. We're not in rhythm with each other. And all because of this concept is use it as a weapon to get what you want. And of course, men, that's our fault. We have to step up. We need to be able to fulfill whatever needs that our lady needs, whether it be listening to her talk. That's the greatest thing. Just listen. We don't have to solve a problem. They just want to talk. They just want to be heard. So that's your job as a man to realize, what do you need to do? Do you need to do the dishes more? If she's complaining about doing the dishes every single day, just do the dishes. It's something that needs to be done, right? If she's talking, turn off the TV for 5 minutes and listen to her talk. What are her problems? You don't need to provide a solution. She just wants a lending ear, an ear that will listen, right? So it's not all on the women, it's on the men as well. I'm not placing the blame in one spot. It's both, right? So it's trying to get back on track. The next thing is, I made a video on it called Preventing Emotional Cheating, but emotional cheating. If that man, your wife, whoever the case may be, is not fulfilling your needs emotionally, you don't turn to someone of the opposite sex. You don't turn to a man, if you're a woman, to try and get that emotional satisfaction, that emotional gratification. That's still, right? That's still a form of cheating. You're not relying on your spouse for these things. So, and once again, it comes back to the man. It takes two to tango. So somehow we need to be able to find that time to connect. But once you start doing that, now not only are you not connecting physically, that we're no longer connecting emotionally, and then we're just out of the loop completely. It takes hard work. It's not, oh, we're going to love each other forever, right? You and your best friend didn't have great times for the entire duration of your relationship, right? There were ups and downs, but you worked through it. And that's what we need to do as a couple, as a married couple. You need to be able to do the same thing. We need to make sure that we stay on track. We have to sacrifice for each other. So I hope that's a little food for thought for my Christian brothers and sisters, friends and family. We're going to go to the Bible. What does the Bible say about it? What does the Bible say about it, right? So we're going to go to 1 Corinthians 7, and it's going to be 7, 1 through about 6. I'm just going to start from the beginning so we don't kind of get it out of context. Now, concerning the matters about which you wrote, it is well for a man not to touch a woman, but because of cases of sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband. This husband should give to his wife her conjugal rights, and likewise the wife to her husband. For the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. Likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does. Do not deprive one another, except perhaps by agreement for a set time, to devote yourselves to prayer and then come together again, so that Satan may not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. This is why this I say by way of concession, not of command. So, right there he is saying, he's saying, once you get married, it's what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine, right? We have control over you. You can have some control over me. I have that control over you. So it's not using it as a weapon, even in the Bible. That's what he's saying. You don't use it as a weapon, right? Because then it's just an object. There's really no beauty in sex because now it's just an object to use what you want, to get what you want. Like he says, do not deprive one another except perhaps an agreement for a set time. You know that thing where they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. So it's the same thing. Sometimes you have to, and that could be also the concept of natural family planning, which the Catholic Church teaches instead of contraception. But to devote yourselves to prayer and come together again so that Satan may not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. So once again, it's a self-control thing. And of course, back in Old Testament, they said you should not have sex while a woman was menstruating. So once again, it's a form of self-control. And same thing, I think this helps as well for people where say, oh, the sex just got boring, right? Well, yeah, if it got boring, if you're having it every day, sometimes it is. Same reason why, hey, steak is good, but if you eat steak every single day, eventually you're going to get sick of it, right? Ice cream's good, candy's good, but come Halloween, after about 2 or 3 days of eating candy, a week of eating that Halloween candy, you just kind of feel sick and nauseous whenever you eat it, right? So, self-control. But once again, both of you have to be on board. Self-control doesn't mean, hey, I'm not just going to have sex, but I'm going to resort to pornography or masturbation. That's not self-control. You're still performing the act. So, once again, food for thought. Like I said, right there in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 7, 1 through 7. So there you go. Food for thought on why we are in a loveless, sexless, unhappy marriage and what we can possibly do to prevent this from happening. Because we all know divorce is rampant here in the States, and unfortunately, it is dangerous and deadly to the youth to live in these broken homes and this broken society that we have. We all know once the family collapses, everything else slowly but surely is going to collapse. So once again, I hope this helps. Subscribe to the channel, share and like these videos.